It's September 16th, yes, 2020, and I'm changing a set of shocks on a 2003 Pontiac Vibe right here, and there's the new shock. So what I'm in the process of doing, I got the bolt or the nut taken off this one on the bottom of the shock. Got it jacked up and jack stands under. I got all these covers out, not a big problem there. A few 10mm bolts, and I got these 14mm. This one here comes right up through, and there's two nuts and one back in the front right there. Same on the other side, pretty well. So you take all those off, and that shock will is now ready to drop down. So what we gotta do is just give that a few taps there, or bang with a bar. Make sure your jack stands are secure there. Give that a wheel. Okay. Now, we got that out. I'm going to take it in on the bench and have a look, see how it goes. The dust boot looks good. Now, I don't have a spring compressor, so don't take off this nut till you compress that spring with something. So the last time I did that on the front strut, we got a leak, shock leak there. I used ratchet straps. However, a couple of ratchet straps. However I did it, I forget, but I think I just pushed it in around somehow and got it secure. Now before you take off this nut right here, make sure you got the tension taken off this spring. Now this spring is weaker than normal, so I just put a bolt, well anything to go through, and come down one side and come up the other side to be safe, and hook your ratchet strap onto the top of the most outer part of the strut, and tighten it up. Alright, so we got the tension off.
This new strut, right?
So the spring is now compressed, and as you can see, there's no pressure on that top nut at all. So we're going to take that nut off now. See what happens. It's just using straps. I'm using straps. Just see what happens here. Almost. The nut's off, and just put it down one side there. And there we got all the rest of the stuff. That's got to go back on the same way. So now we can let the tension off the spring. Now the next thing. Let the tension off the spring and take it off of the shock altogether. Now, take off the boot and the dust cover. So where's the spring? Now we need to release the spring. So by rights what you need is to put that down in some kind of a hole somewhere and hold it down. The spring is going to come loose. So what I did now, I had the red one on there, so I put the yellow one in strap just to hold it there once I got the end of tension and everything. So now I can take out the shock, and this is what happened. The shock is gone. So we'll toss that one. One thing I see is different is this one here has a big washer up on the top. This one doesn't. So anyway, just a little note. That one got a washer and this one doesn't. Okay, we'll place the shock and we'll do the reverse order. Washer goes on there. Make sure this shock is extended full length. And this thing here, make sure the rubber is right for the fixture. So the spring, that goes like that. And that goes like this. This washer goes on, and this nut, I don't know. That's the nut that came with the shock. So that's it. Now make sure that that nut is on top there. And okay, so the nut is on, and we can now release this strap. Just make sure that everything is in place there. Looks good. So we can release this strap right here. And take this out. And now we got a shock ready to go. Okay. Finish tightening that nut now. place right there. And right here, so good to go. I'd like to do it that time. Okay, I got a bit of gasket maker on this. Normally you put, oh, there's a rubber hole ring there, so anyway. Okay, get this up in place now. Just support that somehow with this screwdriver again. It's not long enough to get a nut on the inside. Get a nut inside. Now, now we go down below and try to get that bolt, or try to get this shock in that hole there now. And that's going to be a bit of work, I guess. So push that into the bar, into the slot there. It's possible. Ooh, it's hard. Now, we need a hammer, maul, whatever. Slide that in, tap it in. Got the washer, big washer was on, and the nut. About, I believe, 49 pounds or something. Torque it down, 49, 50 pounds. Now, up top. Okay, we got that done, and get that bolt up through. So the next thing is to get the tire on, get it down off the jack. So we'll do that now. Get the jacks in. Next comes the tire. nuts, lug nuts. Torque goes now. I'm not sure how much torque goes onto it. I'm making a spring compressor now for the springs, struts, whatever, on the Vibe, or any of my vehicles there. Clean this up. This is one I just made a minute ago there, so now let's put this together. Get this straightened for willing now. Got to go up so your wrench will fit on the side for tightening it up. Yeah, some welding. Heat sink. Now we'll keep it all straight. Connect the ground. And we're good to go. Away the helmets. that side. And turn that one around now. Bad when you got arthritis. No strength in your fingers and hands. So I got 2 of those made now, and this is for spring compressor on the shocks on the rear of the Vibe. So hopefully that will work. Plum trees, 2020. Picking a few plums. And as you can see, lots and lots and lots of them. And this is Old Faithful, this tree. And we got damsons, lots of damsons on the go. Green gage, lots of green gages. More damsons. Green gages. Unreal this year how many is on the trees. Right full. Yeah.